Hi, welcome. We appreciate you joining us today to learn more about the resources available to your school regarding proper vape disposal. We will start by introducing ourselves. I'm Allie Vandercook, and I'm the School Waste Prevention and Recycling Program Coordinator. I work with all schools in Dakota County to reduce waste and improve recycling and organics programs.
Hi, I'm Christy Otterson. I work for the Dakota County Environmental Resources Department, and I run our household hazardous waste program. So if you're familiar with the recycling zone in Egan, that is our permanent site.
And hello, I'm Kirsten Anderson. I'm a health promotion specialist with Dakota County Public Health, and I work with SHIP, or Statewide Health Improvement Partnership, on the commercial tobacco prevention side, and also work within the county on substance prevention.
So Dakota County Environmental Resources and Public Health are partnering together to help school staff properly dispose of vaping devices and e-cigarettes in all schools. We're going to start by giving some background on why we're focused on collecting vape devices, what we're planning to provide, and the disposal process, and then go over some frequently asked questions. So vaping devices are regulated hazardous waste and cannot go in the trash or recycling. Federal, state, and county level regulations require electronic smoking devices to be handled properly, both to prevent fires and also exposure to toxic substances. Improper disposal can pose a threat to human health and the environment. Nicotine is a regulated hazardous waste by the Environmental Protection Agency. It's highly toxic and can be absorbed through the skin. And lithium batteries are highly flammable and release toxic gases when damaged. They can reach temperatures of more than 500 degrees Fahrenheit very quickly. And most of our trash collected in Dakota County goes to a landfill located in either Burnsville or Inver Grove Heights. And our recycling goes to one of several local recycling sorting facilities. So fires at all of these facilities are a great concern, as well as fires on trucks en route to the facility. And we also know 95% of our Dakota County drinking water comes from groundwater. E-cigarette waste won't biodegrade. So e-cigarettes contain heavy metals, which when leaked into the soil or waterways can cause heavy damage to our ecosystems, water supplies, food supplies, and overall community health. So we need to properly manage vape devices and keep them out of the trash and recycling so they don't become a part of the 150 million vape devices thrown away every year in the US.
There are many different types of e-cigarettes. The top image is showing the various stages and updated products throughout the years. And the various vape disposal products are all e-cigarettes. The two shown at the bottom, Alloon Max and Elf Bar, are two of the more popular types used by students today. All of the above products would be collected in the vape disposal program. So in the spring of 2022, we sent out a countywide survey to all schools, and there were 33 responses. Some of those responses had said, I have crushed them with a hammer and dispose of them in the dumpster. These typically go in the garbage. We put them in the trash. And a lot of the responses shared that they were storing the devices in their desk drawers at school, all of which were improper storage and disposal practices. So that led to this collaboration and the vape disposal program.
So given the identified need to have both a safe and compliant way to store and dispose the vape devices in schools, we researched other programs in the United States, Minnesota, and in the metro area in order to come up with our kit. Our kit comes with a pre-labeled latching metal box designed for safe storage. The dimensions are 11 inches in length, 7 inches high by 6 inches wide, and it can be easily tucked away in a file drawer, a cabinet, or a closet when not in use. One of the labels will actually have instructions on it, and on the other side, the label shown here has a legally required hazardous waste label, since the vaping devices are hazardous for both nicotine and lithium batteries. There's also going to be a separate instruction guide you can see here, and other items that you're going to need are going to be some sort of nitrile or latex gloves and plastic bags similar to like a sandwich bag. There will be an initial supply provided up front, but these would be supplied by the schools as an ongoing basis. So the bags are actually used if you happen to have something that is leaking. So you're going to put it into the bag prior to using your box. So key things considering our vape disposal kit was to provide something that was safe for storing something that could cause a fire, thus the metal box. So fire potential can come from two different things. One, if you have a vaping device that has an on-off button, if by chance that it wasn't turned off or it's jarred when stored in the box, it could potentially turn on. Has to go to a very high temperature in order for something to actually vaporize. So that is a fire potential. The other thing is damaged lithium batteries. They are highly volatile and go up to a very high temperature if they start to break down. So the material that you see in this box, it's called cell blocks. This is actually designed by the battery recycling industry specifically to deal with damaged lithium batteries. What it actually does is if there was an issue and something heated up, this would actually melt and smother any type of fire potential in your metal box. So when you put your items in, you'll put it into this buried material. You'll be able to close the metal box, latch it, and tuck it away when not in use. The other thing will be a very simple tracking form. This form is actually included with your kit. It's on the inside of your box and comes with a wet erase pen. Every time you put something into the box, you're just going to simply track the date you put it in and the number of devices. This information will be really useful when you go to schedule your appointment for disposal. You'll be able to easily track and provide how many items that you have in your box. In addition to that, this really helps us to evaluate our program. This is a brand new program. So having this information is very, very critical for us to evaluate the successes, things that we need to adjust, and the overall effectiveness of the program. In addition to that, our public health department will be able to use this information to evaluate what's happening with vaping in the school system and come up with potentially ways for cessation programs that can be rolled out to schools. So the process for disposal is once your box is full and at the end of the school year, you're going to schedule an appointment to bring it to the recycling zone, our household hazardous waste site, through our business program. The reason that we set you up coming through our business program is that we're closed to the public. It gives us the opportunity to pause and engage and really talk about your program when you're there. There will be no fee when you bring these items in. We will be disposing them for free through our household hazardous waste program. And so when you're there, your school representative will bring it in. We're going to unload the box. We're going to evaluate if you need some new cell block in there, ask any questions, get some feedback on the program. We'll refill it, get it all cleaned up, and send it back with you for reuse at your school.
So we encourage you to bring this information into the schools and share it with students. It could be a great prevention point. We think if the vape products were labeled as hazardous waste products, we think their audience might have a little different reaction. And Association for Non-Smokers, or ANSWER, has free resources to help you do this. There are 2 available online: the Environmental Impact of Commercial Tobacco Toolkit and Tobacco 101, Chapter 9, Environmental Impacts Lesson Plan. And we also would encourage you to update your tobacco-free grounds policy and include this in the policy. If you're thinking about updating it, please reach out to Dakota County Public Health and we can connect with Public Health Law Center on doing the update.
So when thinking about your school, we'd like you to consider these questions. What happens when a vape device is confiscated or found in your school? Who is involved? Is it principals? Is it school resource officers or other school or district personnel? How are vape devices stored currently? And how are vape devices disposed of currently? So answering these questions will help you make adjustments to put procedures and practices in place to ensure all vape devices are kept out of the trash and recycling. Now we want to cover some frequently asked questions that we have received. So the first question, should the battery be removed from the vape device? No, it can be actually dangerous to try to remove the battery. We want you to leave the battery inside and the whole vape device will then be able to be properly managed. Second question, what should you do with THC vapes? Vapes containing THC should be brought to your local police department for proper disposal. If you're unable to tell if your device is a nicotine or a THC vape, just place it in the vape disposal collection box and we'll take care of it. Who is allowed to transport vape devices on behalf of your school to the recycling zone for proper disposal? A school designated staff person is allowed to transport devices after making a VSQG appointment. And last question, I have disposal questions regarding other hazardous waste or problem materials at my school. Who do I contact? Great question. We appreciate your interest in managing all materials properly. So please email Recycling Zone at co.dakota.mn.us with your school name and question. So we hope the information and resources we've discussed today are helpful. Vape device collection starter kits, which will include a box, gloves, baggies, a tracking sheet, the wet erase marker, and program details, are available to all schools in Dakota County. And we really appreciate and thank you for your time today. For more information on this program, please visit dakotacounty.us, search vape disposal.